We are live. I want to welcome everyone that is joining us today. I'm reaching you live from Newcastle. Uh, you can see the background. This is not my my place. I'm currently in the caravan in Newcastle, where I just finished speaking to a group of men about stress management. So today we'll be looking at practical strategies for managing financial stress. And it's going to be a brief one. In the next 30 minutes, we'll be done. But permit me to share a message in the community to say that we are live. In the next 5 minutes, that will be done. So let me just share the message so we can have more people joining us. I want to welcome those that have already joined us, but we're expecting more people. So just give me a few minutes. Let me do that. As our manner is, as you're joining us, just drop in the comments your name and where you are joining us from. I want to see your name and where you're joining us from. It doesn't matter if I know where you're joining us from and your name, but just drop it in the comments. It helps me understand that people are actually listening to me. So your name and where you're joining us from. Let's do that right away. If you're watching me now, just let me know your name and where you are watching from. So fantastic. Your name and where you are watching from. That's very important. I want to know your name and where you are watching me from. It will help me understand those that are here with me. I don't want to be the only person just speaking and nobody's listening, I want to be sure that people are actually hearing me. So Faith Igbinobaro is here from Port Harcourt. Thank you, Faith, for joining in. Thank you so much for always joining in. I don't take this for granted. So I want to do a little bit of introduction to something that is happening in few weeks' time, less than 2 months now. And that is the Executive Stress to Profit Community, starting on the 4th of October. Last Friday, I had a meeting with Lois Chandler, and we had a little chat, and she said she'll be going for holiday this weekend, but when she comes back by tomorrow, we're going to conclude on her training during the Executive Stress to Profit. And this is somebody who is working at the global level. She's a marketing consultant and a business strategist. She has worked with the BBC for many years. Now she has her own organization. So it's going to be something that is very fantastic. You want to be a stress management coach, you want to go into the consulting business and you have no idea what to do, the Executive Stress to Profit community is where you belong. Registration has already started. And as I said before, registration is 250,000 naira. So you register and would get you into the community. Already 3 people have registered and they're already in the community. So if you are interested in boosting your business to the global level, please get in touch with us and we would register you. Paul is here. Paul is here. Thank you so much, Paul, for joining us. And we really, really appreciate you. So we're going to start up. in the next 2 minutes. We're going to start up, and it's going to be something that is interesting, because we'll be looking at practical strategies for managing financial stress. So we're not going to just be looking at financial stress, we're going to be looking at practical strategies that you can use in managing it. And this is very, very important. This is very important because a lot of people are drowning in financial stress, and it's affecting their daily life. That is one of the most powerful stressors you can have, or you can experience. So I'm going to be sharing with you a few things that you can do that would help you manage financial stress. We started it last in fact, this is the fourth Sunday now, or the third Sunday. We started by defining financial stress, and today we'll be looking at practical strategies. So I'm going to go straight to the point because I want this training to be as brief as possible. I don't want our sessions to be more than 30-35 minutes. So we're going to go straight to the point and finish up as quickly as possible. Financial strategies for managing, practical strategies for managing financial stress. So the first strategy I'm going to discuss with you is facing reality. Most times when we are under financial pressure, we are tempted to hide from it. We are tempted to not face the reality of the situation. For instance, if you are owing somebody a large amount of money, you find it difficult confronting the person or even speaking to the person. So you keep either dodging the person, or you keep postponing whenever you are going to pay. You say, okay, don't worry, I'll pay you in the next month or the next 2 months. And it keeps going on like that. That is a very bad strategy. So the first thing you need to do is to face reality. Tell yourself that I know that I'm in financial stress, but I also know that I'm going to come out of it. So part of the strategy is for you to plan how you come out of the financial stress. And what you need to do is to face reality. I remember one time that I was owing a lot of people. It was very difficult for me to actually write down a list of all the people I'm owing, to know the total amount I'm owing. So when I start calculating, when I get to about 1M, and there are a lot more people that I need to add to the list, my heart starts skipping. I start experiencing anxiety. So I wasn't really able to face reality. But one day I made up my mind. I said I was going to face reality. I was going to write down all the list of people that I was owing. And I wrote down all of them. Do you know, immediately I made that decision, a payment plan came into my mind. And I started paying those people. As of today, I've paid off almost everybody. I've paid off everybody. In fact, I'm no longer owing anybody. So, but I took this first step to face reality by writing down the list of everybody I was owing. So if you are going through financial stress, you're going through financial pressure, make it as a point of duty to write down in details everybody that you are owing. So don't get to the point where you are so scared of taking an inventory of your finances, how much you're paying as bill, how much is coming into your account. Don't get to that point. So make sure that you have the full details of your finances at the back of your hand. The full details of your finances. So be it the income, the money that is coming in, or it could be the money you are owing. Make sure you write down everything in a piece of paper. That gives you an idea of how much you're owing and what to do to handle it. Face your fears. That is the first step. The second strategy is to separate what you need from what you want. You can't be in financial stress and you want something that you don't really need. I see a lot of people go into shops, buy things they don't need, things they don't actually have need of. There are some people that have bought things for, let's say, 3-4 years ago, and they've not used it for once. They believe they're going to use it one day, but for now, they've not used it. So you cannot face financial pressure and you have the luxury to buy the things that you don't really need. It doesn't really make sense. So write down the basic things you need. Number one, food. You need to eat. Even if you're owing somebody, you need to eat to survive. Number two, shelter. You need to pay your rent. Number three, healthcare. You need to pay your hospital bills. Or if you are sick, you need to go to the lab, run some tests. So it is part of your essentials, things that you need. Your school fees or you're paying school fees for your family is part of it. Transportation, maybe you have a car, you need to buy fuel and other things, is part of your need. Then some of the things that you want that is not going to add anything to you, it's going to drain you. The first thing is the latest gadget. There are some people that once a phone comes out, they don't really need a new phone. But because they are under pressure to meet up with the standard that they set for themselves, they go for a new phone. But they know they don't really need it. So some of those things drain your expenses. Sometimes your children just call you to say, I want ice cream, or I want fish and chips, or whatever. And you know that you don't have the financial capacity to do it, but because you want to please them, you go ahead to do it. Those are some of the things that drain us financially. So if you're already experiencing financial stress, don't dig in more into things that can drain the little finances that is remaining. Some people go for clothes they don't need. They go for shopping, buy clothes that they know they're not going to use in the next 3 to 4 years, but they're just crazy about clothes. Those things drain your finances. Um, Expensive subscriptions. If you're living in a place like UK, everything is based on subscription. Even to watch the TV is based on subscription. So if you know you don't really need it, don't do it. For instance, I'm not paying TV license because I don't watch television. The highest I will go to is maybe Netflix or Amazon Prime. But if I decide to start paying TV license every month, that is extra expenses for me, and I don't have that time and that luxury to do that. So before you buy anything, ask yourself a simple question. Do I really need this thing I want to buy? Or do I just want it? If you can answer those two questions, you will be able to differentiate between needs and wants. So ask yourself, do I really need this? Can I survive without this? If you can survive without it, then why are you getting it? There is no need for that. The third strategy is create a monthly budget. Create a monthly budget. Sometimes creating a simple budget helps you to manage your finances because it tells you what to buy and what not to buy. Of course, you know the basic things that you need as a family, to survive. Some of those things I've mentioned before. So you write a budget. What is your income? How much is coming in and how much is going out? If the amount of money that is going out is more than what is coming in, then there is crisis. Let's say for instance, you earn 70,000, or let's say you earn 100,000 naira in a month, and what you are spending every month is 150 to 200,000. You can see that your expenses is far more than your income, and that is a big problem. So there are two solutions to this. It's either you increase your income to meet up with your expenses, or you reduce your expenses to accommodate your income, but never live above your means. That is the fastest way to experience financial pressure. Some people set standards for themselves that they cannot meet up with. I have seen cases in my workplace when I was still in Nigeria, where somebody buys a car, the other person has a car, doesn't need a car, but because he wants to feel among, and he wants to show the other person that he too has money, It takes a loan to buy another car just to belong. So the need to get validation from the public has put a lot of people into debt that they didn't plan for. It is very important that you live within your means. So a simple budget will help you calculate your income, what you spend for rent, what you spend for food, what you spend for transport, your utilities, and miscellaneous. Miscellaneous can include emergency fund. For instance, if something happens and you have to go to the hospital, you can go into your emergency fund to take money out from it to go to the hospital, but never live above your means. This is very important. So the fourth strategy is to build an emergency fund. An emergency fund will help you cushion financial pressure, especially when you are experiencing a medical emergency. I've seen some people that became wrecked because they experienced a medical emergency and they spent all their resources trying to solve it. Thank God nowadays we have IHS. I think they call it NIHS in Nigeria. So it's basically an insurance. If you are a civil servant, please try as much as possible to get um, an HMO that will take care of your family expenses. And if you live in the UK, try as much as possible to get an insurance. It could be life insurance, it could be critical illness insurance, or something that can cushion that period of financial emergency. This is very important. HMO has saved a lot of people from undue financial stress, and it doesn't cost so much to do it. So if you know that you are a civil servant, get in touch with any of the HMOs or insurance companies to get your health insurance. That is very, very important and something that we can do. The fifth strategy is to increase your income. And that is where the executive stress to profit community comes in. I discovered that sometimes you cannot really manage your expenses because, of course, your family, you're spending so much, you have children, maybe like 3 4 children, you have to pay their school fees. They are moving from secondary school to the university, you have to pay school fees. And if they are going to the private school, it's in millions. So you have no choice but to live above your means. Now, it is important for you to increase your income by doing other side hustles. Your job is not restricted the way it's restricted in the UK. If you're in the UK and probably you're on visa sponsorship, the kind of job you do is very much restricted. But if you live in a place like Nigeria where there is no restriction, you have no reason not to start a side hustle, something that can give you money. And I was sharing with the people that attended the last meeting, executive stress to profit meeting, where I shared the details of how the program was going to look. I said something like, you are looking for a business, something you can do on the side. You can do training. That knowledge you have, you can productize it. You can actually turn it into a consultancy business and offer training. Training pays a lot. I can tell you for a fact that training pays a lot. You can do a training of 15 to 20 minutes and you are paid in millions. That is just the fact. There are some people that we see on TV because they built their brand to a particular level. You can't just invite them anyhow. You want to invite them, you are talking about the standard of hotel they stay. They don't just stay in any hotel. You're going to put them in hotel, you're going to feed them, and you're still going to pay them. So you're thinking of retirement, you have done everything that you need to do in your job, and you have decided to retire. You can retire into a consultancy firm. So that's basically what we're going to be doing during the executive stress to profit. We're going to lead you by hand to get your first training opportunity, and we're going to show you how to bill, how to charge, what to charge, the amount of money to charge. I see a lot of people doing free training and they cannot muster the courage to say, okay, I need you to pay me for this, because they feel that once they introduce payments, people will not call them anymore. But people call you by virtue of the value you are providing. So we're going to show you how to put value on the product and some of the things you are going to teach to show people that they actually need it and to get them to pay so much to get that information. So those are the things we're going to be teaching you. The last strategy we're going to be looking at tonight is talking about money. A lot of people are too shy to talk about money. When it comes to the business of money, people just shy away from it. People walk away from it. You are having a financial seminar, you are not paying attention. Money cannot be attracted to you if you don't love money. I can tell you for a fact that if you don't have special love for money, money will not be attracted to you. I think last 2 weeks, I taught us that there's a law of attraction. Money is usually given to the person that has more. Have you not noticed it? That it is the people that have more money that receive money. And I use the young streamer, Pella, as an example. Pella is in his 20s, but he earns so much in streaming, live streaming and all that. And during his wedding, somebody gave him a house of, or leased a house of almost 400 million to him. So why are they giving him money when he already has so much money? Because money is attracted to people that think about money and have money consciousness and even have more money. So if you create a brand that gives a perception that money is not a problem for you, people pay you more. But when people notice that you are struggling and you give them that perception that you are really struggling to make money, they don't pay you. I have been in conferences where I was paid almost 500,000, and the next person that spoke was paid 50,000. But we all had the same 30 minutes to speak. But I was paid for 500,000 and he was paid 50,000. Do you know the difference? The difference is because I have built a brand around my business. So when you want to negotiate with me, I'm negotiating from the level of abundance of somebody that has money. So the tendencies are you're going to pay me more than somebody who has no experience, is just starting business. Although he has more knowledge than me, yet you're going to pay me more. Have you not attended programs where the guest speaker, in quotes, cannot even sing well? Meanwhile, there's a church, a choir member who can sing so well, yet they will not pay the choir member, but they will pay the guest speaker, the guest singer, the guest artist in thousands, almost millions of naira. But their own choir can sing better than that particular person. So what are they paying for? They are paying for value. They are paying for branding. So when it comes to financial stress, we're going to deal with it in the executive stress to profit community. If you are thinking about it, you have not yet registered, please contact either me or my executive assistant Modesta, and I'm going to put a number on the screen that you can contact. Send a WhatsApp message to, or you can drop a message in the. So the number is on the screen. So send a WhatsApp message to this number and say you want to register for the executive stress to profit community. It's 250,000, and we're taking only 10 people. So far, I've gotten 3 people. Once we have 10 people, then the dog shuts on any other person, because I want to teach people that I can manage. I don't want so much people, and some of them will not even pay attention to what we're doing. I learned that from the basic stress management certificate course. People register, pay money, but they don't participate. We have people that registered during the first batch in 2005, 2025. You understand? We're in 2026 now. So in 2025, some people registered, but they didn't participate. They just paid the money and they didn't participate. Till today, they have not asked me that, what of that course I paid for? How do I finish it? So that's why I want a small manageable amount of people that I can pull and draw to make sure they get to where they're supposed to get to. So there are some rules when it comes to financial stress. In the next few minutes, we'll be rounding up. So this is basically rounding off the session. The first one is, before you buy anything expensive, wait for 24 hours. Let's say you want to buy a car. Somebody just brought a car. There's this car that you're selling. If you don't buy it now, the opportunity will disappear. Don't buy it yet. Wait till the next day. In most cases, you will discover that by the next day, your eyes would have cleared. Any business that they are pushing you, buy now. If you don't buy now, the door will shut. That's the method that most network marketing businesses use. The same method that most people use to scam others. Most of these MMM like associations, they will tell you, if you don't register now, you miss opportunity. You miss the opportunity. But if it's going to be very expensive, it's going to cost you something that it will pain you if you lose it. Wait for 24 hours before you actually do it. Whenever you face financial stress, ask yourself some questions. What exactly is making me to make this decision to buy this thing? Am I being forced? Am I overspending money? Is this going to put me into debt? If at the end of the day I don't pay for it, it's going to put me into debt. What can I do to control this thing? Do I have control over this particular business I want to venture into? So there's this thing. I was discussing with somebody, and the person said, any business he cannot control, he doesn't put his money into it. So, and I understand where he's coming from, because sometimes they say buy shares, buy stock, buy shares, but you cannot control it. A single decision from Donald Trump can crash your shares. And something you bought 2 million naira, they will be asking you to sell it for 200,000 or even 2,000. It can be that bad. So you can lose money. This person says that if I cannot control it, I don't put my money in it. So he puts his money in his business because he can control it. For example, if you've got a speaking business, you can actually control it. You can gauge how much you can earn in a month. If you have speaking engagements lined up, you can actually budget and say, okay, in a month, I'm going to earn at least 2 million from different speaking engagements. So it's very important that you put more money in things that you can control, so that if anything is going wrong, you can easily pull your money out. But if you can't control it and something is going on, the money is gone. The money is gone. I'm not saying you should not invest in shares. I'm not saying that. I also have shares. I put my money in shares. I put my money in stock, global stock. I have I'm owners of some of the businesses, like Procter and Gamble. I'm part of the owner. Johnson and Johnson, I'm part of the owners, because I put my money into it and I have some shares in it, but I cannot control it. I cannot control how much comes in and how much it drops to. So that is why I said, anytime you cannot control the investment, mind how much you are putting in. Putting something that you can forfeit. That's why they say it's a risky business. Putting something you can forfeit. Because a lot of people have put in all their life savings in businesses, stock, cryptocurrency, and everything got wiped away. I remember in those days where crypto just came out and they were saying people should buy airdrops. There's what is called airdrop in cryptocurrency. So airdrops are like small, small coins that can later manifest into big money. And I remember I brought out $100, which was big money at that time. And I bought a few airdrops. As of today, all those airdrops have reduced to pence, some to pennies. I didn't even bring out $1 from it. Everything just vanished. So what if I am in a situation where I cannot afford to lose $100? I'll be in debt. So that's why I said that if you want to put your money in a risky business, make sure that it is the kind of business that the kind of money that you can afford to lose. So that even if you lose the money, it won't pain you so much. It's okay, well, it has gone, it has gone. But don't carry all your life savings, all the money they paid you, all the money they paid you for gratuity. You go and put it in a business that you don't have control over. It's going to put you in serious debt. I want you to understand that financial stress is temporary. So don't allow it to destroy you, because it's a temporary situation. When I was going through financial stress, I thought it was going to be permanent, but it wasn't. Within a period of 1 to 2 years, it was all over. Today, I can boast that I'm not owing anybody. Nobody's owing me. So because it is temporal, it's not permanent. Whatever you are going through today is temporal. So have that at the back of your mind, that whatever you are going through today, even if it's financial stress, whatever, you are going to go through it and come out of it. This is very interesting, and for you to note. And I want you to also know that if you are owing anybody, make a payment plan with the person that you know you can fulfill. I made that mistake before. I would tell the people I was owing that I will pay tomorrow, but I know that money is not going to come anywhere because the pressure was just too much. And when tomorrow comes and they don't say any money, they say, you are not a man of your word. You don't stand by your word, and I'm disappointed in you. So let them know that for now the money is not anywhere, but I'm going to pay you and I'm going to keep you posted. So that way your stress level drops, and they are also more relaxed because they know that you are committed to paying. Some people get more relaxed when they know that there's a commitment for you to pay. It makes them more relaxed. Or like when you are not even committed to pay anything, that becomes a problem for them. So this is very important. And I actually pray for you that you will not only overcome financial stress, but you will build a future of financial freedom, to be totally free financially, that nothing affects you. And that is my sincere prayer for you. So I want to take a few questions. If you have any, then we'll call it a night. I know some people might have a question when it comes to financial stress. We've done a lot on this in this month of August. So if you are still lost about some of the things that we're talking about, please go back to the last lessons that we did, and it will help you understand better some of the things we are saying. And if you are not following my YouTube channel, please click on the subscribe button and follow us, because every Sunday we do this at 8 p.m. So I want us to ask some questions if you have any. While we were speaking, Rhoda joined us. Thank you so much for joining, Rhoda, all the way from River State. Thank you so much. And Reverend Mrs. Eshiet also joined us. Thank you so much for joining. We really appreciate that. So if you have any questions, please do let me know. I will take them. And don't forget the Executive Stress to Profit community that we are starting. I want to raise people, the way that I've done business and I have made impact. I want to raise people to also do impact like that. Grace from Lagos, thank you so much. So I want to raise people that will be known globally. I have made so much impact in the lives of people that I get calls from high places. to say, how can I do this? How can I do that? And I charge them because consultation is paid. So I charge them, they pay me no matter how big or small it is, but they pay for my time. So I've stopped doing free consultancy where you send me a WhatsApp message, hey doctor, I'm facing this. What should I do? I no longer respond to things like that. So everything I do based on consultation. If you want to get my advice, then you pay for it. But if I'm doing a training like this and you ask me a question, I'll answer you, to the best of my ability, because it's a free course and you have the right to pick my brain. But if I am doing, you just want me to give you a tailored answer concerning your situation, then you've got to pay, because I pay bills. So I want to assume that we haven't got any questions. I want to appreciate everyone who has joined us. Um, I want to appreciate everyone who has been a part of this. You can still go back, watch this again, internalize it, and put it to practice. Because the reason why I'm sharing some of these things with you is so that you can internalize it and put it to practice. This is very, very important. So I want to appreciate everyone who has joined us. I want to appreciate Madam Faith for always joining, Mr. Paul for always joining, Madam Rhoda, Mrs. Grace for joining, and Reverend Mrs. Eshiet for always joining. Thank you so much. I think there's a question here. We'll just take that question, then we'll call it a day. Doctor, please, there was an app you mentioned that you used to save money. Please, what is the name? I use PiggyVest to save money in Naira. Then I use Trading 212 to save money in pounds. So PiggyVest is so powerful that every time you save money, at the end of the month, they pay you interest. This one is not the kind of interest that banks pay. This one is visible interest. I think in the last quarter, they've paid me over 60,000 naira as interest alone, because I was going through the app and they were giving me a summary of how much interest they've paid me in the last, I think in the last. So sorry. We're very close to the sea, so sometimes the network can be disturbed. I can literally see the northern sea from where I am. When I open this window, I can literally see the sea from where I am. So sometimes the network gets to fluctuate. So I'm really sorry for the little break in transmission. So I was saying that in the last 3 months, I've gotten an interest of over 60,000 naira on the money I'm saving in PiggyVest. So if you actually need a link to open it, I can send the link in the community. So I'm going to drop the link in the community. And if you are interested in opening it, you can open it and get yourself enrolled. You can start with as little as 5,000 naira. If you start with 5,000 naira, they will still give you interest. If it starts with 2,000 naira, they will still give you interest. So no matter the amount of money you start with, they must give you interest. And the more money you save, the more interest you have. So if you have money that you don't want to use in a long time, you can put it there and they'll be paying you interest. But if you're watching me from the UK, because I know that some people are watching me from the UK, there's trading 212. I also use trading 212 to save. So I buy stock and shares ISA. Stock and shares ISA. I put in money every month. So there's a direct debit, £50, £100, I put it there. And as I'm putting it there, they are trading with my money. I'm making more gain, So I think that was last month or 2 months ago, I withdrew over £500 from my ISA, and I used it to solve the thing I wanted to use it to solve. It's just savings, just for emergency, and it was very handy for me at that time. So savings, as I said in the previous webinar, that savings is very important. Don't joke with savings. Please don't joke with savings. Make sure you save as much as possible. So thank you very much. Somebody said it's interested. I will drop it in the community. And if for any reason you are not a member of our WhatsApp community, please indicate and I will send you the link. You can drop it in the comment to say, I'm not a member, I want to join. And I will send you the link. Or you can chat up this number that is scrolling on your screen and you will be sent the link and added to the group. So thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate you for this wonderful class. I will see you next Sunday. Next Sunday is going to be very dicey. I might likely move the training to Saturday because on Sunday I will have a special program that I'll be attending to, and it's going to take me all through the day. But I don't want the lesson to be missed for next Sunday, so we might move it to Saturday. But I'm going to announce it in the group and keep us posted. So finally, share the link to this webinar. Copy the link on YouTube and share with your friends. Copy the link and share with your friends. This is very, very important. The things you are learning for free, share with your friends and get them to subscribe. Also subscribe to the channel so that any video that comes in, even if I don't post in the community, you will get a notification to watch it, and you wouldn't miss out on any of the things that we'll be teaching. So I want to appreciate everyone. Thank you so much and have a blessed weekend. Bye.